Crypto Trader is proudly brought to you by eToro. Discover a simpler way to trade and invest in cryptocurrencies and more.
One of the things I love most about this Bitcoin skyrocket is the fact that Max Keiser is at it again. He's tweeting again, and you can see he's got his energy back.
Yeah.
Max,
yeah.
You're happy again.
I'm feeling it in my veins. I feel it in my brain. I'm looking at 100,000 coming real soon. 28,000's in the bag. Bitcoin's eating into fiat. Bitcoin's destroying central banks. Bitcoin's destroying Jamie Dimon. Libra is a stalking horse. It's there to destroy fiat and put the spotlight on Bitcoin. And Bitcoin powers higher and higher, and the world becomes a peaceful, loving place, Rand.
Now can we start the interview?
Do it.
So Max, everyone's saying that this time the price rise is different. It's not like the same bull markets that we've had in the past. Do you agree that this one's different, or is this just a repeat of what we've seen before?
No, it's broader based. You know, anyone who's been in markets for any length of time knows you have bull markets, they achieve a price high, then there's some backing and filling, the base broadens, you got bigger players, more transactions, more use cases, more understanding, and now we've got the base in place to make a move to new all-time highs and probably 28,000 on this move.
So we say that there's a bigger base. We lost a lot of our base in the correction. A lot of people that came in the last bull run kind of pulled back after the correction and said, we're not touching this asset class again. We got badly burnt.
I disagree with that. I think you lost a lot of day traders who were kind of in and out, but the strong hodler community, we saw looking at the wallets and doing some forensic investigation into who owns what. We see that the long-term hodlers were not disgorging themselves. They're adding to positions, they're buying on dips. So the base of hodlers, of strong hands is bigger. Sure, the day traders are in and out. The volatility is still high in Bitcoin until we get to 100,000 per coin, as I've been saying now for almost 9 years. And then you'll see it level off, and use case of medium of exchange will become more of a dominant theme.
Is this still retail, or is this now much more institutional, fund, etc.? And I use the word institutional quite loosely in this context.
I think it's mostly the big money at this point, and I think the family offices are buying it, hedge funds are buying it, institutions are buying it. Fidelity's making a big move into Bitcoin, eToro, and also TD Ameritrade. The retail market is still yet to come, although I am extremely impressed with what's happening with Jack Dorsey's Cash app. Not only can you
can deposit
Bitcoin now, you can take Bitcoin out. It's extremely easy to use, and that's the kind of retail product we've been looking for. They're adding new customers very rapidly, and once Bitcoin is like a disease. My friend Anthony Pump, he talks about Bitcoin as a virus, as a disease. Once you buy one, once you get into it, you can't stop because it takes over your thinking in a way. And that is the greatest thing it has going for it. Bitcoin's greatest strength is Bitcoin.
Now, we heard from many people that this is the perfect storm. There's the elections around the corner. You've got the trade war with China. Is this the perfect economic storm for Bitcoin? Have we just found ourselves in the right place, in the right time? And could that mean that this is actually the real bull run, the one that takes us to 100,000 without dragging its feet?
The volatility is not going to go away, Rand, so people have to brace themselves for that. I always say stack sats every day, get a nice average cost. Okay, that'll mitigate the risk of the volatility. You do that and you won't be affected too much by the volatility. In terms of this being the ultimate bull run at the moment and being the perfect storm has been with us now for 20, 25, 30 years. The perfect storm is central banks out of control, printing money whenever there needs to be a quick fix for corporate malfeasance, for trade imbalances. Anytime there's a problem anywhere in the world, these central banks just print, and they've printed trillions of dollars. What's very fascinating, Rand, is that we've got something like $13 trillion of negative sovereign debt. Now, people say people are buying Bitcoin purely on speculation, but that's not true. They're buying it because it's a good store of value. But what people are buying as a pure speculation would be negative interest sovereign debt. The only reason you'd buy a negative interest sovereign debt is the belief that some greater fool is going to buy it at a higher price. That's the definition of speculation. That is, by definition, a Ponzi scheme, and that's growing rapidly. What happens when you get 65 trillion in negative interest debt? There's 65 trillion global GDP and 65 trillion negative sovereign debt. That's a planet in bankruptcy. That's a planet that no longer has a functioning economy. What's it going to do to Bitcoin price? It's going to skyrocket to 6 figures on its way to the John McAfee dick price, 7 figures. Okay, we're going to the moon, Rand. That's where we're going. We're going to the moon.
I'm coming with you. The gold bulls, Peter Schiff in particular, has been calling this this gold run, and we actually have seen gold start moving up since January this year in response to exactly the things that you're talking about. Is this the first time that we're illustrating that Bitcoin is actually real digital gold? By saying, look, people have moved to gold, but people have moved way more into Bitcoin.
In my view, I think that Bitcoin made hard money fashionable again, and then people started looking at gold again. So the gold bugs have a debt of gratitude to the Bitcoin community.
You think Bitcoin caused the gold run, and not the gold, not everything else caused the Bitcoin?
Bitcoin made
gold
hard
run.
money fashionable again. And in so doing, that halo effect has spilled over into gold.
Okay.
All right, and now, where are the gold bugs' gratitude? As I tweeted to Peter Schiff this week, where's the gratitude, bro? We made hard money fashionable. We put money in your pocket. You can be a freaking 18th century gold bug if you want, but we're stuffing dollars, we're stuffing wealth into your pocket, and you're like a petulant child crying, crawled up in a fetal position, bawling your eyes out because it wasn't the way you wanted it to happen. Guess what? Honey badger don't care, Peter Schiff. They're gonna leave you and your freaking gold bugs in the dust.
But they're still having the bull run of their lives. They've had a 2% increase in the last 2 weeks. I mean, that's a big gold run.
I've seen your tweets, they're very funny. You know, every time gold's up $5, you know, Rand's like, is this the exciting day of the month for gold? I mean, yeah, it's hilarious that they see a move above 1,400 as being, you know, indication of...
Buckle up. Buckle up. But gold's gone from 1,400 to 1,420. Buckle up. Max, is there going to be an altcoin run this time?
Or no, there won't be, Rand. You are wrong.
Postponed until further notice?
Wrong. He's wrong. Look, you have to understand the history of altcoins. 2013, 2014, there was a lot of contention in the core development team, and a lot of people got bored with this pace of development in Bitcoin. So they went off and they created a lot of these altcoins, and they caught a bid, they caught a lot of interest. They had a life of their own, but then you had Segwit adopted. People started to understand better the store of value that Bitcoin offers, understand better the scaling that would happen off-chain with things like Lightning. And so the money moves back into the most secure chain. Hash rate is what, 60 trillion calculations per second. You've got 60 terahash per second. Nobody comes close to that. Bitcoin Cash, the Roger Ver abomination, is going to $10. Bitcoin Satoshi Vision from Craig Wright, that's going to $10. Most of all these altcoins are going to pennies, or they're going to go out of existence because all that cash is going to flow into Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is, look, the dominance index is at 60% again. It's going, it's going to 80%, back to 80, 90%. Okay, that's where that's going. And because that's the only logical place for anyone who wants to be in crypto to be, and the altcoins, the short answer is, in my view, the altcoin phenomenon is finished.
That's Max Keiser. He's a good friend of the show, and he's bullish on altcoins.
Hey, dude, shut up. I'm not bullish on altcoins. You put words in my mouth. Just because you bought Tron, look at this. This book, somebody just handed me this book, okay, Inventing Bitcoin. You need to read this, Rand, because you are so mired in altcoins, you have forgotten the fundamentals.
You need
to get back to the basics.
I don't need to read this. Craig Wright told me that he invented Bitcoin.
Let me explain something to you right now. Okay, here's a $10 bill. This is garbage. This is garbage. Your people in South Africa, you have your Rand, right? That's going to zero. That's going to zero. This is going to zero too. Euros are going to zero. The yen's going to zero. The Chinese currency is going to zero. It's all going to zero against Bitcoin. If you don't understand that yet, you're going to be impoverished. You're going to be on the street. You're going to be begging. You're going to be out of business. You're going to be toast.
Max, do you know that it's a criminal offense to tear up?
Do you know that with the Bitcoin I have, I can buy any freaking senator or congressman I want. I make the laws. He who has the Bitcoin makes the laws, Rand. We're not going to just sit around and let the goddamn congressman tell us what to do. We've got the capital. We make the laws. We've got the Bitcoin. They don't. We got it. They don't. Do you understand?
I got you, Max. I got you. Thank you very much. For more exclusive content from CNBC Crypto Trader, hit the subscribe button now.